All right, guys, welcome to Wild Game Legacy. I'm your host, Matt. Deer season's approaching fast, and I hunt a lot of public land. So when the pressure starts coming on later in the season, I want to be able to get to some places that other people can't get to. Most people can't get to, unless you got a boat. So I decided to get me a canoe. I wanted something lightweight, something easy to carry, easy to tote around. I didn't want something to have to, hurt my back trying to pick up over and over again. It'd be something I wouldn't want to use. So for this specific case, I wanted something lightweight, and these canoes right here are perfect for it. Some of you may have heard of them: sports pal canoes, radisson canoes. They're basically the same thing. This one right here is a radisson. It's made in Canada, and it's extremely lightweight. They say it weighs 35 pounds. It feels like it's a little heavier, but I could be wrong. They're very wide, so they're perfect for hunting and fishing. You can actually stand up in this canoe, and it feels pretty stable if there's one person in it. If there's two, your weight's not even at every moment, so it can get a little squirrely. But when it's just you, it's great. Plenty of room. This is the smallest one they make. It's a 12-foot model. Plenty of room to put a deer, tree stand, and yourself. Great for hunting. That's what I got it for. They come in several different colors. They come in green, red, a dark gray, and tan, and I believe that's it. I actually found this one on Marketplace and had to drive a couple hours away to get it. They're more popular up north, so if you live in the northern states, it'll probably be easier for you to find one used. Down here, there's no dealers down here where I live in North Carolina, so finding one is not very easy. And when you do, they're 3, 4, 5 hours away, and I didn't want to make a 5-hour one-way drive to pick one up, so I just waited, and luckily I found this one. It was still new, still in the packaging, but had never been used, so I got a pretty good deal on it, and I went right away and picked it up. They're made out of aluminum. They're very thin aluminum, and they got these ribs in them to help the structural rigidity of the canoe, because they're so thin and lightweight. I mean, they're very lightweight. You can pick it up with one hand. Like I said, this one's a 12-foot model, but it actually comes out to about 11 foot 6 inches. So I have a toolbox in the back of the truck. I can literally throw it in the back of the truck, wrap a strap around it without the tailgate being down, and still it stays in there without moving around. Ultimately, I plan on putting like a ladder rack in the truck so I can put the canoe on top, and then underneath I'll still have my full bed of the truck where I can put a bike, a cooler, some clothes, a deer stand, all the other stuff that you would take on a hunt trip. So that's my ultimate goal. It comes with, if you buy one new, or they come with 2 paddles, which are stored inside. So you got 2 paddles. It comes with a motor mount. This is removable, so you just screw this down with wing nuts by hand tight only, and put you a trolling motor on here if you wanted to. 2 seats, and some rope, and that's about it. And actually, these canoes, they have some, let's see here. They have these little, I'm not sure what you call them, but these things on here, and you can use it to row. These would actually set in here, and you could actually kind of row with it. I tried it. It works all right, but ultimately, if you're going to be rowing, they make a foam seat that would actually sit down in the floor so that you could row more comfortably. When you're sitting in that seat and you're trying to row, it doesn't really work out. The oars will tend to hit your legs. You can't get your legs low enough. It doesn't work. I think ultimately you'd put the foam seat would actually sit right here. The oars would go into here, and you'd actually be paddling facing that direction, but your canoe would be going that direction. I don't think it's going to be something I'm going to be doing. So I plan on taking these off. These are just screwed in here. I'm going to take these off because I'm not going to be using it that way. And they also make a sail. That hole in the front right there, you could add a sail to it. And at that point, if you wanted to put a sail in it, which is not something I plan on doing, but other folks who just want a canoe may, you'd put the sail up there in the front end, and then the oar would actually stick back here in the back, and you would use that as your rudder to steer which direction you'd want the boat to go in conjunction with your sail. So it's a pretty neat little canoe. Like I said, they're very lightweight. They come under two different names, a Sports Pal and a Radisson. And so if it's something you're interested in, oh yeah, and by the way, it's got the foam liner, which is great because a lot of aluminum canoes are kind of loud. Every little movement you make, it kind of echoes through the boat and into the water. So if you're a fisherman, that's important. You don't want all your noise to be going directly into the water and scaring fish. And if you're deer hunting, well, if you're coming up on shore and you're trying to be quiet, you don't want a bunch of racket being made as well. So like I said, they're really great canoes for hunters and fishermen. If you're planning on just canoeing a lot, maybe down a river, this might not be the model for you. There are better options for that. But if you're just going to be on lakes, swamps, light rivers, nothing with a bunch of rocks in it, this would work. You could use it for that. So, like I said, this is my first canoe. I got a few things I'm going to be doing to it. I'm going to put a trolling motor on it, wire it up for a trolling motor, and a lithium battery to help me get around easier during deer season. So, stay tuned.